Hi Gary, you brought in Johan Arkoan this week as your first signing for the club. What attributes do you think he brings to the squad, and are you looking to add further to the squad ahead of Saturday's game?
Firstly on Johan, I think he's going to give us a presence up top. For one reason or another, the boys that were brought in, it still might turn round, it might work out for them, but unfortunately at this moment in the season I don't think we've got that, so we'll be losing Stevie. We had to bring someone else in, I felt. So I think Johan will bring us that presence up front. Gives us the option of stretching teams. With his pace in behind as well. But his link-up play, we bringing everybody else into play. And as you say, you're hoping for that presence in around the final third. We're creating chances, and hopefully Johan can add some much-needed goals.
And what about adding to the squad? Is it something you'd like to do ahead of the weekend, or are we looking into next week now?
I'd like to do it before the weekend, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to happen. We've got a lot of phone calls made, a lot of irons and fires, as I keep saying, out there. So you're just looking for a wee bit of positive feedback for one or two of them. But realistically I don't think anything for this weekend, but hopefully by the game next Saturday, maybe have one or two others.
Talking of adding to the squad, how do you balance that task and also keep the players focused and working on the training for the game ahead?
First and foremost, that's what you do. You just concentrate on your training. The boys that you've got here in the squad, they're the most important ones at this moment in time. So you need to look after them. You need to have an organised session. You need to have your game plan set out from early in the week to obviously Ross County come Saturday. So first and foremost, you look after them, and then anybody else coming in. Then you change obviously what you were maybe thinking, but everything's geared towards the boys that are already here.
Mark McCausland obviously returns to the squad following his suspension last weekend. Are there any injuries or anything else to update?
At this moment in time, no. It'd be good to have Mark back. It'd be good to have Johan in the squad now, just to enhance what we've already got. Make a freshness. Anywhere I've been, when new players come into the squad, you get a freshness. You get a spring in your step. Hopefully that can add to the confidence and the belief in the boys. When they see new faces coming in, to help us go in the direction of trying to get results on a Saturday.
Saturday's match has been classed as a 6-pointer up at Dingwall. What are your thoughts on Jim McIntyre's side, and what kind of game do you expect up there?
I think Jim's got his side organised as well and difficult to beat. A bit like ourselves at this moment in time. So it's going to be probably a war of attrition. Both of us will be out there making sure we don't concede any ground. Make sure we're not conceding silly goals. Jim, I'm sure he'll be working as tirelessly as I am to try and arrest obviously the team's form. So I'm expecting a really difficult game up at Ross County, which no matter what position we've been in the league, we always find it difficult. But added to the fact that we're both sitting where we are in the league at this moment in time, and I'm expecting a really tough game.
The weather has to improve up in Dingwall going by the forecast for the weekend, and obviously the weather will dictate how many fans we have heading up to the game. What's your message to Saints fans who will be travelling up? I
would love them all to come along. The more the merrier. But I'm realistic enough to know that the travelling conditions, the road conditions, any way you want to look at it, it's not going to be easy. But I would love them to get behind us. They've been excellent since I came in here. So the more the merrier, they could come up and give us a vocal back into the team to roar us on, give us that wee bit of extra energy that we maybe need on Saturday. I'd love everyone to come along and help us.
You're talking of travel. You're travelling up tomorrow or Friday, staying overnight. Do you feel that's the right preparation for the game?
I think so at this time of year. I think getting the boys up there on the Friday so they can relax and you're not getting up first thing on Saturday morning, and with the weather, the road conditions. I think the A9's been shut at certain points of this week, so you don't really want to take any chances. So I think the best preparation is to go up, get the boys rested up, get their energy levels and their recovery levels back to obviously peak condition, ready to go at 3 o'clock on a Saturday.
Good luck Saturday, Gary.
Thank you.